this is my passion. This is like my life's work. I've been thinking about risk in analysis and incidents and how it can help organizational psychology for so long. It's just like this is my thing. This is what I want to do. And so I knew I wanted to make this a reality. I had several years back when I was an employee at Netflix, connected. I did a reference call for a VC. And as I was doing the reference call, we ended up chatting for an hour. And I was so impressed by this VC. They had done so much research on the SRE space. And it was my first encounter directly with a VC actually. And, they asked if I'd be willing to do some diligence calls in the futures for them. And I kept in touch with them, and then, and they asked like, would you ever start a company too? And I was like, oh, maybe I have these kernels of an idea. And so, as I was like at Slack, I realized there was a big market for this and a big need for it, right? To help companies learn from incidents when they are moving so fast and don't feel like they have the time. And so that's why Jelly was created. And I mentioned it to him, and it was just it felt pretty kismet just because I already had that trust built up.
Right.
I wouldn't advise founders that have not spent time building relationships or anything like that to go that route until they have, you know,
Spend the time in that space.
yeah, like I don't know, like I get asked a lot of founders like about my experience there and about how they can go raise money, and I'm like, you need to be thinking about it years before you take your entrepreneurial journey too, because it's a big role, and usually like your first VC takes a board seat. Imagine
Typically, yeah.
like a seat with a stranger, like that's wild,
Yeah.
Like you don't have that trust built up yet. And I also I felt great about adding this first investor because it was someone that I felt like I could ask questions to about building a company. Like I know SRE and I know product really well, but this is my first time being a CEO, and I wanted someone that I could ask questions to without fear of looking a certain way.